morning and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Tulahoma Wildcats complete their third perfect season in school history. Election Day is today, and the Shepherd's House director Tina Owen retires. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tulahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. It's National Election Day 2020 today, and News Leader's Philip Scoggins spoke with Coffee County Administrator of Elections Andy Farah about the election.
Okay, I'm speaking with Andy Farah, Administrator of Elections in Coffee County, and it's Election Day, day before Election Day here. While I'm interviewing, this will run on Tuesday though. And so can you tell me how many people early voted? I know there was a huge turnout nationwide, but what about Coffee County?
There was. Coffee County ended up with 17,155 early votes. About 1,300 of those were people that voted by absentee ballots.
Okay. And how does that compare to years past?
2016 early voting ended up around 9,000. So, we voted around 50% more in 2020 than we did in 2016, and over 2012 we ended up voting over 60% higher than 2020.
Okay. Any idea on numbers for tomorrow? Any guesses on how many people will come in on person?
No, we voted 49% of our registered voters through early voting. In 2016, a total of 60% of registered voters voted. If that holds true, we're looking at about a 10% more turnout, but we're preparing for at least a 25%. So we're prepared for 75% turnout. I'd like to see it hit that. I think that would break records. I know countywide, but statewide also. Okay.
And I hear y'all had extra funding from the state to help cover all the mail-in ballots and stuff. Can you tell us a little about how that worked?
We did. Each state was given a certain percentage of state funding for COVID supplies. We were able to hire some temporary help, part-time help, to handle the increase in absentee ballots. In 2016, we had almost 500 absentee ballots that were voted, and this election will end up over 1,300. So we've increased our workers to count those ballots tomorrow, brought in some part-time help with those funds, and when the voters go out, all the supplies that the workers are wearing were bought with those funds. The ink pens that the voters will be given during early voting and election day were bought with those funds. So the federal government and the state passed those down to us.
Okay, so will there be actual additional poll workers tomorrow, or are we still about the same as regular?
Over 2016's poll workers were about the same amount that we had there. We may have a few more for the Absentee County Board, but overall we're around the same amount that we were in 2016. There's a definite increase over the March and August election because we knew this election would be a lot higher turnout. So we did add some from August.
Okay. And I know that a lot of states do it differently for the mail-in ballots. Are y'all allowed to start counting before tomorrow morning, or is there any requirements?
No, state law says we can start counting when polls open, so we can start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're required to be done by 7.
Okay.
So those ballots will be counted during the day as voters are voted. The Absentee County Board is sequestered to a closed room, and they are citizens just like registered voters, just like at your polls. They're paid volunteers that offer to come in and do that. So yes, all of them will be done tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about wraps it up. Do you want to make a prediction for the election tomorrow?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
And if you are watching this online early or during our 6 o'clock broadcast and haven't voted yet, turn off the TV. Go vote. We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tulahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stanley Knapp Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stanley Knapp Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stanley Knapp Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
Welcome back. Governor Bill Lee extended the state of emergency through the end of November, which has several benefits to the state. Let's hear what Governor Lee had to say.
It's important to keep in mind that we are, in fact, in a period of time where our case counts are growing across Tennessee. In fact, as we all know, that's happening in the vast majority of states across the country. And we experienced a similar surge to this in the summer. We have gone beyond the numbers of that particular surge, but we were reminded in July when we had a significant case count, just like we're reminded today, that it is important that we each recognize what's happening around us and take the personal responsibility and make the decisions that are important for all Tennesseans to make to help protect ourselves and our neighbors in the midst of a growing pandemic currently in our state. Due to the surge in cases, many of our county mayors, a number of them just in the last several days, have implemented mask requirements in their communities. Many are considering it. We've had a lot of conversations with those mayors. As of now, about 62% of our population is currently under a mask requirement, and many of those decisions have been made in the last few days and are continuing to be made in the coming days. So we believe that targeted strategy is a good one, and it's working. I want to commend the mayors who are both considering and those who have made a decision to go that direction, understanding that masks are a very important part, and the adherence of that and the strategy for that adherence is very important to all of us. I'll be extended the state of emergency that will allow those mayors to continue that strategy, but also it allows much needed federal funding to continue to come into our state. It allows for remote virtual meetings for local elected officials and a number of other things that go along with that extension.
The Shepherd's House November newsletter announced the departure of director Tina Holman Owen on October the 30th. Tina said, quote, "I am passing the baton on to a younger and I believe very capable young lady. You will be hearing from her soon. I will still be serving women, but it will be at a slower pace. I wanted to let everyone know that as of September, we are only sheltering women and children until we can get the new shelter. We are referring men to the Cross in Shelbyville and local sober living facilities. We are sorry for not being able to take men at this time, but it is causing too much trouble with the women and children. We have filled 259 individual beds and served 777 meals. My heart is for those who want to draw closer to the Lord, and they need the faithfulness and dedication of older women. May we as women all step up to this calling that is very much needed." End quote. COVID-19 has really put a damper on things at the shelter, but thankfully through it all, they have only had one positive test. They are always in need of supplies and are in the process of selling the Shepherd's House cookbooks for $20. And also for a donation of $25 or more, you can get a free Shepherd's House t-shirt. You can make donations at the website shepherdshousetelahoma.com or by dropping off items at 712 First Avenue in Tulahoma. And please feel free to come by for a visit, but we do ask that you call first due to COVID-19 safety precautions. We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tulahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Welcome back. When the Tulahoma Wildcats beat Maplewood on Friday night, they completed their first perfect season since 1999, only their third perfect season in school history. Coach Olive tells us what it's all about.
Very proud of these young men. They've been a blast to be around, and they're really fun to watch.
Fun? It's incredible. Last night, I complained because I was sick and I couldn't go to the Fayetteville game and see almost a perfect first half of football. Well, I think I saw another one almost last night.
It was pretty good. We got after them pretty good, and our young men, they do well. They get themselves ready to play, and I'm very proud of them.
Well, and they didn't have a whole lot of numbers. For those who don't know, we played Maplewood last night. Most of you watching this show probably know that. They didn't have a whole lot of kids there, but their kids were pretty good-looking kids.
They're still very athletic. Now,
Yeah.
The one thing they don't have that they had a couple of years ago when we were playing them in the state quarterfinals, they don't have the linemen that they had a couple of years ago. Now, they still have kids that can run and close and so forth, but they're missing linemen right now, and to me, that's probably the bunch that when the COVID hit and he started trying to hang on to players because they got delayed for when they could open their season up and even practice, etc. He probably lost his linemen during that time period. That's kind of a hard position to hang on to people if you're not getting some reward someplace along.
So they go somewhere else and play?
Either that or they just decided not to play this year.
Not to play, period.
Yeah, that would be my guess, that most of them decided not to play. Now, he lost some players. He lost players, including his own son. His own son ended up at David Lipscomb playing for them.
That's tough if you're a coach.
Yeah, but it was his son.
The dad made that decision.
His son has the opportunity to go to Ivy League schools.
Right.
But he needed 2 classes, which Maplewood didn't offer, and so Lipscomb did.
Right.
And so I think you had that as a factor for the young man, and also I think Dad's wondering whether is Metro Nashville going to be allowed to play or not. Private schools are, and so that's how he ended up, I think, at Lipscomb.
Well, if you look right between us, behind us, there's a jacket back there that belongs to my son, Jacob Gray, and it is from the 1999 season, and it's a 10-0 Region 4 championship jacket. Or Region 5, whatever it was at that point.
Whatever it was, I don't remember either.
And last time we had a 10-0 season.
Last time's 1999, and if I remember right, I can be corrected by somebody that has better memory than I do now. I think 1943 is the only other undefeated team in the history of our high school for a regular season. So for this bunch to go through the regular season and end up undefeated, as I keep saying, my hat's off to these young men and to the coaches that work their tails off. Our assistant coaches, they absolutely get after it, and they get after it more than just during the football season. They are constantly working year-round to try to help our young men be the best football players and the best football team they can be. And our strength staff, we have Larry Campbell that comes in, and Whitney Morris works with our young people in the weight room on some days, and Coach Sis obviously heads all that up. I've got to figure out how to get Coach Campbell registered with the TSSAA because he's not officially a coach with us, but I know he wants to be on the sideline with us, so we got to get it worked out.
There's several of us that want to be at that ball game.
And we'll be back with details on how you can get Wildcat playoff football tickets after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Here at Stan McNally Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tulahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNally, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNally Collision Center.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tulahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Welcome back. Coach Olive broke it all down for John Gray on what you need to know to get your hands on Wildcats playoff tickets this week.
The regular season has come to an end, and now the second season begins.
Well, give us a little insight on that.
We'll be hosting Stone Memorial this coming Friday, 7 o'clock. On Monday, the parents of our players, band, ROTC and cheer, and students and faculty will be given a chance to purchase tickets online through GoFan. And we'll put that information out through the quarterback club, through the band boosters, through the cheer, and through ROTC, and throughout our school. We'll have an announcement Monday morning as soon as they send us the link. It'll be midday Monday before we have that link. And the reason I say link is the TSSAA is in control of all tickets, and all tickets will be electronic. If you don't have a smartphone, I hate to tell you, but you cannot get in the gate. There'll be no hard copy tickets. If you have a TSSAA championship card, not a TSSAA card, a TSSAA championship card, it allows one person to come in. A TACA card, Tennessee Athletic Coaches Association card, it allows one person to come in. As of right now, they've not put a limit on that, but according to how many electronic tickets we sell, they will send us and tell us what the limit is on the number of passes that we can allow to walk through the gate. We will do temperature checks. We will ask you to try to sit with family groupings or your friends, wear your mask, do everything that we can to keep this virus from destroying this football season. On Tuesday, be watching, because we will start releasing. As soon as we get the link, the tickets will open up to the general public. We're allowed to sell 1,946 tickets, and that's it.
And does that include the band and everything that's already been
No, because the band doesn't have to have tickets to come in. All right, so that's the reason. And if you want to thank somebody for creating space, you need to thank a band member, because by them going down and standing in the back of the end zone, it frees up a tremendous amount of our stadium for seating. If they had to be socially distanced up there in the stands, they would eat up 1/3 of the home stands. And because they're willing to go down and be in the end zone, that has allowed us that we don't have to give up those seats, which allows us to sell 1,900 tickets instead of maybe selling 1,400 or 1,500 tickets.
All right, so that all I'm getting at is that 1,900 tickets is
that'll be electronic,
over and above what we had already talked about with the band and the coaches and the dads.
Yeah, you don't count your football team, you don't count coaches, you don't count cheerleaders.
Those are for fans.
Those are for fans. People that are down on that field, you do not have to count. People who are up in the stands, we do have to count. And the section ZZ that's down there in the end zone, we can't have that one during the playoff. Everybody has to be in the stands on the outside of a fence, separating the players on the field from the general public, which have to be in the stands.
Right.
So there won't be a section Z this time. All seats have to be purchased electronically through GoFan. Monday we will release it for that grouping that I told you about. Tuesday at noon we will make releases for the fans to go to, and this is the same thing going on whoever we're playing. This week at Stone Memorial, hopefully we're going to find a way to win that game, and we're going to be playing again at home the following week. We'd love to be able to find a way to win that game, and then we're going to play again at home on the third week in the state quarterfinals. And again, we'd love to find a way to win, and we would be at home on the Friday after Thanksgiving for the state semifinals. And we would love to win again. And if so, we'll go to Cookeville, Tennessee and play it at 11 o'clock on December the 4th, which is a Saturday. Or December the 5th, excuse me, a Saturday, December 5th, 11 a.m. kickoff. Cookeville, Tennessee. That's the goal of this football team, is to be there playing for a gold ball.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Lisa Maurer, who will tell us about the Young Artist Showcase coming to South Jackson Civic Center. Winston Brooks will come by and let us know about the new location of the Veterans Day event in Tulahoma. And Josh Cole from the Tulahoma Arts Center will come by and invite everyone out to the exhibition of local black artists. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her, and now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tulahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tulahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 2016 at 84 degrees. The record low was in 1954 at 14 degrees. Average high for this day is 66 and the average low is 42. Clear for tonight's weather with a low of 39. Mostly sunny for Wednesday with a high of 67 and a low of 46. And sunshine continues through Thursday with a high of 70 and a low of 49. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.